What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to react to like the worst roller coaster incidents of all time. And well, hey man, let's waste no time. Let's get straight into it. But before we get into it, actually make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff you want to do. And yeah, let's get straight into the video, man. And shout out Echoes for the video. He makes great videos. Shout out to him. Go support him. And yeah, let's get straight to it. Man, dude, that looks I like roller coasters, but like the twisties and the circles, I can't do it, dude.
Imagine you're on a roller coaster ride.
Oh my gosh.
The sun blinds your eyes. The wind is in your face.
Yeah.
And you hear the other.
Like I won't lie, no lying, bro. I'm a real bitch for real, bro. Every time a roller coaster has like went up and around, I've literally closed my eyes, bro. I'm not lying, yo. I'm not lying. I swear. I'm a bitch.
When you fall, the adrenaline rushes through your blood,
Dude,
and you
insane.
feel happy. But suddenly, instead of joyful laughter, there are
dude.
shrieks of terror. Just now, right there before your eyes, a passenger sped out of their seat during a sharp turn and fell from a height of
What
a few
movie is
dozen
this,
meters.
yo? What the?
You don't believe this can happen? What if I tell you that much worse things have happened in amusement parks in the long history of their existence?
So are people going to be dying in this video? Probably.
14-year-old Tyree Sampson went with his football team on holiday to Icon Park in Orlando, USA. There, the boys decided to go for a ride on Orlando FreeFall.
Oh god.
The world's tallest freestanding
Okay, but that's not a roller coaster. Bro, you said roller coaster, not rides, whatever, you know.
drop tower, which was 131 meters tall.
Oh my gosh.
But an ordinary day off turned into a tragedy. When the movable part of the ride got to the top of the tower,
does it go up and then go down, and is that it, or does it go? I don't know. I know the Tower of Terror does that, but
and started falling, Tyree slipped out of his seat and hit the ground.
What?
The 8th grader died on the spot. According to the forensic
How far? No, wait, and how? Did he not strap the shit all the way in? I don't know, dude.
expert report, the leading cause of Sampson's death was a mistake on the part of a park employee. As it turned out, the FreeFall ride operator had loosened the safety belt on Sampson's seat. It had likely been done during the ride's launch to accommodate customers weighing more than 130 kilograms. The investigation showed that Sampson's safety belt was almost twice as loose as necessary.
Oh, he just didn't give a fuck. So does that guy get arrested? He kind of killed him.
Because of this,
I don't know.
The boy fell out of his seat during the ride. After Sampson's death, Orlando FreeFall and an adjacent ride, Orlando Slingshot, were closed until further notice.
Wow.
The company Orlando Slingshot, which had designed the ride, made a statement that proclaimed the company's decision to withdraw this model from production after the boy's death.
That's crazy, actually.
And Icon Park supported this call.
Wow.
A civil rights attorney,
Guess that makes sense though, right? Like, she probably shouldn't go on that ride anymore, or should close
Ben
it down.
Crump, who represents Sampson's father,
Oh man.
has referred to this decision as long overdue. Theme parks, their parent companies, and regulatory agencies must do better to prevent this kind of tragedy from happening to any other family,
I mean,
he said in
obviously.
a statement. But sadly, this isn't the first time such a tragedy has happened in the US. On July 9th...
Like, are these just the worst incidents? Because there's more than 9 that's ever existed, right? Like,
2011, James Hackemer, an Iraq war veteran, died in a tragic roller coaster accident at the Darien Lake amusement park in the north of New York.
Holy shit.
3 years before that, in March of 2008, Hackemer was serving in Iraq when his vehicle hit a makeshift explosive device. As a result, the man sustained some injuries,
oh my god,
including the amputation.
Some injuries. His whole lower half is gone, bro. Okay, dude.
Both legs. When Hackemer expressed the wish to go on a roller coaster ride at Darien Lake, park employees were unable to secure a safety belt on him. Because of this, the man was put in the first coach with the explanation that he would be able to hold onto the barrier in front of him with his hands.
What?
And because he had no safety belt, during one of the turns...
No, this ain't real. No. Don't you always need a damn safety belt? What are we doing here? Dude.
The man was hurled out of the seat on the Ride of Steel coaster, which was moving at 80 kilometers per hour. Hackemer was at the park with his children and sister.
No,
luckily,
bro.
His children weren't around at the time of the tragedy. Instead, Hackemer was accompanied by his nephew Ashton Lufred. Ashton said the park employees did not object to the disabled veteran's wish to ride the roller coaster and did not ask any questions.
Well, see, okay, here's the thing. The veteran dude was probably like, oh, let me do it. I'll just hold on. I can do that. Like, let me just do it. Bro, that's not your job, dude. If you said, no, sir, sorry, we can't, he would have been like, all right. You know what I mean, bro? It's like, what do we...
He was determined to ride every roller coaster, his sister Jody Hackemer told the Associated Press. That minute he was on that ride, he probably felt the happiest and most normal he's felt in 3.5 years.
Dang.
State investigators ruled an operator's mistake as the cause of the tragedy, and the ride was back in operation that same year. But sometimes, you don't even have to buy a roller coaster ride ticket to get a deadly injury. Just standing nearby can be enough.
Oh, what?
In 2015, a teenager was decapitated on a roller coaster ride after he jumped over some fences and entered a forbidden zone.
Oh my
this
God,
horrific
what are we
accident
doing,
happened
dude?
at the Six Flags.
Bro said decapitate. His head got chopped off. I can't say that word sometimes, man.
For Georgia
What
Park.
are we doing, bro?
17-year-old Asia LaShawn Ferguson from Springfield got over two 2-meter tall fences, ignoring the signs that warned of the area
But
ahead.
ain't there like what? Ain't there barbed wire? How the hell did he do all that?
Most likely, the boy was
Bro,
trying
those
to
roller coasters with your feet dangling on the floor. Thank God I've never done that. I wouldn't go on that. I'm being so dead ass. I would be scared my feet would come off and get amputated.
Which fell off his head while he was on a ride.
Those are, oh God.
But some
dude.
witnesses say he wanted to prank the passengers of the ride by
God.
grabbing someone's foot when the coach would be passing over his head.
Bro, you know how fast that's just going? First off, wait, did someone kick his head off? No. Bro, if you touch their foot, well, I guess if you just he would probably be okay. It would hurt him more than the person, mate, probably.
The boy received a deadly blow almost immediately after getting under the roller coaster.
Yeah,
the foot of one of the passengers who sat in a coach moving at 80 kilometers per hour hit the boy on the head.
No way.
This blow immediately decapitated him.
Wait, okay, no, stop. This is cap, dude. You're saying that someone's foot going 80 miles per hour chopped this guy's head off. That's so cap, dude. I thought it was like the roller coaster itself did it, because that would make more sense. You're saying the foot of someone did? I just don't believe that. Maybe I'm smoking something, bro, but like...
The police claim the boy's death to be an accident. Six Flags decided to show respect to the Ferguson family by closing the roller coaster on the day of the tragedy. But the next day, the coaster continued to give rides to happy visitors of the park.
That's crazy.
But that wasn't the first accident at the Six Flags network. 2 years before, in 2013...
His head came off! I'm sorry. I just don't believe that ish, bro.
Rosie Esparza was torn apart while riding the Texas Giant roller coaster at Six Flags Over Texas amusement park.
Torn apart.
Even before the beginning of the ride, the woman expressed concern over her safety belts after she got on the coaster. An operator assured her they were properly secured, and the roller coaster started its fatal journey. When the coach made a sharp turn,
how did she get torn apart?
Esparza's safety belts loosened, and the woman was flung 23 meters into the air right before the eyes of her terrified daughter. Her partially torn body was found wrapped around a hinge on the roof of the Honky Tonk Tunnel. Immediately after the incident, the police launched an investigation. But 2 months later, the ride resumed operation after restrainers and new safety belts were installed. Esparza's family sued Six Flags and Gerstlauer, the roller coaster manufacturer. As a reaction, the park and Gerstlauer sued each other regarding the responsibility for the accident.
Ain't Six Flags closing, like all of them closing down? I heard that somewhere. Like, and I've never been to Six Flags because I don't like amusement parks. They just, I don't like them. But they're closing. I think that's what I heard, and that's like sad, bro. Because everyone knows what Six Flags is, dog. You know, like it just. At least in America, so.
Both companies reached an undisclosed agreement with the victim's family. But accidents don't always happen on expensive.
Okay, she got torn apart. Like her lower body was there and the other half was on the top of that thing. I don't know.
Sometimes a simple net is enough. 12-year-old Tegan Marty saw a terminal velocity roller coaster on a cable TV show. Eager to pull off the leap of faith, a backward fall from a height herself, the girl talked her parents into taking her to Extreme World Adventure Park in Wisconsin Dells. The family drove all the way to the park from their home in Florida just to let young Tegan fulfill her dream. Here's how the ride worked.
Bro, what?
The participants were thrown off of a height of more than 30 meters.
Oh my god.
That is, from around 9 stories high, into a net with no safety belts whatsoever. Standing in line for the Extreme World
Yeah,
ride,
I want to do that shit. What the fuck? Okay.
Girl's mother, Julie Marty, recognized the ride operator. He was the person who had praised the supposed safety of terminal velocity on a TV show, even though the ride had no safety belts or bandages, and people just fell into the net from a great height. In the photographs taken before the horrific accident happened to Tegan, the girl is beaming with a wide smile. It was now Tegan's turn. Her father turned on the camera, and her mother was anxiously watching from down below. The girl got to the top, 30 meters above the ground, and jumped. And then...
Well, she doesn't jump, they let her go, but okay.
Something horrible happened.
What, the net broke?
Tegan fell right onto the concrete.
Missed the net?
Operator mistakenly let go of her before the safety net was installed below.
Oh my god.
The girl broke her spine and pelvis and received head trauma and numerous grave injuries.
What?
The girl was taken to the hospital, and for a long time, she remained on a ventilator in a stable but critical condition. The doctor said she had brain swelling, numerous grave fractures of the spine and the pelvis, and laceration of the liver, spleen, and bowels.
Oh, she fell from 9 stories. You telling me she didn't perish away?
They said Tegan might remain paralyzed forever. The girl who won a well-deserved place in the National Junior Honor Society with her outstanding grades could now only communicate by blinking. Once for yes, twice for no. Fast forward 17 months.
That is so sad.
14-year-old Tegan was back in the state of Wisconsin again to promote the project of expanding the hospital, which had saved her life. The girl walked through the hall by herself using only a walker for support.
What?
The ride operator, 33-year-old Charles A. Carnell, was charged with first-degree reckless injury, a crime punishable by 25 years in prison and a
that's not like charged as murder, attempted. Literally, okay.
$100,000 fine. Carnell told the prosecutors he had blanked out and hadn't waited for the all-clear signal before letting go of Tegan. But sometimes, accidents happen due to the owner's desire to save money on the visitor's safety. On December 24th...
I'm baffled that that girl lived. Man, shout out to her, man. The fact that she's walking and just, walking. I don't know if she's walking right now. She was walking on that thing, but okay. The fact that she's alive right now, dude, amazing, man.
1998. A massive metal cleat detached from the hull of a ride called Sailing Ship Columbia. On the way down, it hit 2 park visitors and 1 Disney employee. One of the visitors...
This is Disney! What?
33-year-old Luann Fee Dawson, who had sustained a head injury in the accident, later died in the emergency room.
What?
This was the first death at a Disneyland ride that wasn't the visitor's fault. Luann received 2 grave head injuries and an injury of a large blood vessel in the brain. His wife...
I was about to say, there's never been someone that died at Disney. Like, I don't remember that. But now that he said it was the first time someone died at Disney that wasn't their fault, I'm like, okay, I think I'm kind of remembering some things, but like...
Wong also sustained head trauma, but survived. Mrs. Wong received plastic surgery to sew the cuts.
I also do remember something about that boat. Like, something happened on that boat, and I don't remember. I also feel like one time there was like 2 kids that try to swim to an island on Disneyland. Forget what that's called. Forgive me, but they like swam there, but they drowned in the process, so they died, and that was crazy.
Right side of her
I
face.
think that was Disney.
A Disneyland employee, Christine Carpenter, had a severe leg injury but got proper hospital treatment. As shown in further investigation, the strap, which was supposed to hold the metal cleat in place, had been replaced with a rope made from unsuitable material to save money. Apart from that...
What are we, Disney? No, that's crazy. Like, this is...
The ship's approach to the dock was too fast, and the rope, which was used instead of a strap, wasn't strong enough to slow down the vessel's movement.
Yeah.
Responsibility for the accident was attributed not to the ride operator, but to the park management. The victim's family won around $25 million in court.
Damn!
The Columbia ride remains out of operation to this day.
Yeah, okay.
The incredible heights of roller coasters remain the central feature of such
Where the flip is that? Is this like Mount St. Helens? It's probably not, because it's still there.
On July 11th, 2010, 21-year-old Lindsay Zeno visited Blue Bayou Water Park. Zeno got on a ride called Extreme Coaster, a roller coaster that had been in operation for about 3 years. Minutes into her ride, the
what
girl
kind of
fell
roller
from a height
coaster
of
is
9
that?
meters
You go backwards and some are going forward. That's a weird coaster, dude.
and eventually died from trauma sustained. We weren't sure exactly what caused the accident. It could have happened due to a faulty safety belt mechanism. One of the witnesses claims he saw Zeno try to secure her safety belt when the coach made a sharp turn and flung her into the air. Louisiana State Fire Marshal Butch Browning sent inspectors from his department to check the roller coaster. According to him, all of the mechanical parts of the coaster were in their place and without fault. Nevertheless, after the accident, the ride was closed forever.
Wow.
On August 11th...
Man, it's crazy how some parks close their rides forever while some of them are just like leaving them open. The next day, you can ride it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
1996. A mini train at Old Indiana Fun Park was derailed and turned over, crushing 2 people with its weight. The victims were 4-year-old Emily Hunt, who got paralyzed from the chest down, and her 57-year-old grandma, Nancy Jones. This horrific catastrophe not only makes your skin crawl, but also causes incredible anger at Old Indiana Fun Park representatives, since they have made every mistake imaginable.
Wow.
Investigation showed that the train was moving much faster than the project speed of 19 kilometers per hour. When the operator tried to hit the brakes, they didn't work, and it's still unclear whether they had been damaged or weren't there at all. Also, most anti-derailment devices had not been installed. The speedometer was broken.
What are we doing?
And the tracks were strewn with litter.
Who is looking?
It became known that the safety inspector, who had checked the ride twice 3 months before the accident, admitted he wasn't qualified for this job. Even the park's own records proved that the mini train had been derailed 79 times in the previous 2 months.
See, here's the thing, dude. Okay? I feel like at parks and amusement parks, if one of the rides breaks down and doesn't work a lot, it's gonna be common knowledge for the people that are going on the rides there. They know that ride doesn't work that well, so people should avoid it. But obviously, maybe it wasn't spread around that ride wasn't working all that well, but I doubt it, bro. I bet a lot of people knew that ride was sketchy. But people still went on anyway, clearly.
In 1996, the park was fined for 77 instances of breaking the law against child labor. There were also materials in the Indianapolis Star about the inhumane treatment of animals, including a tiger. The owners of Old Indiana Fun Park admitted negligence, but denied the information about the ride's condition before the accident.
Bro.
Since then, they declared bankruptcy, and most rides in the park were sold at an auction the following year. And this next roller coaster accident...
Good, bro. Get that shit out of there, bro. Whoever managed over that place, bro, is a fucking villain, bro.
And became the deadliest in history. The expression of terror on a little girl's face before her death will always remain in Carolyn Adamczyk's memory. The girl was one of the children who died in the catastrophe at Battersea Park in 1972. Carolyn was a 14-year-old schoolgirl when the tragedy happened. The Big Dipper ride in South London broke while operating, killing 5 little children. Carolyn was lucky enough to survive.
Oh my gosh.
Wooden roller coasters have the reputation of potentially deadly traps.
Yeah, wooden. I've never heard of wooden roller coasters. This is probably why. They wear down quickly and require constant maintenance. Even the slightest negligence can lead to a massive disaster. Yeah.
When the train was being hoisted to the start of the ride, its haulage rope broke loose from one of the carriages, and the mechanism broke down.
Oh god.
The wooden train was going above the park with 31 passengers on board.
Above the park.
Carolyn turned over and noticed the train operator was hitting the brakes, but they weren't working. Most train carriages did not take a turn, and one of them jumped the rails to the side, crashing into a wooden fence.
Oh!
The train then took a sharp turn and hit another train waiting in the boarding zone.
Oh!
Right after the crash, Carolyn and her friends got stuck in a relatively intact carriage 15 meters above the ground. Around 5 children died in the catastrophe,
Bro.
and 13 more received severe wounds. The roller coaster was not repaired, and the Battersea Fun Fair was closed 2 years later. Every year, around 30,000 accidents that result in trauma, both minor and grave, happen in amusement parks.
30,000! See, and this is why my brain doesn't like amusement parks, bro, because I know that I might get hurt. And knowing my luck, I would. You know what I mean? God damn! That many? That many! And we still go. Yeah, okay, dude, no way.
Even though the industry group representing theme parks and water parks says the odds of sustaining serious injuries on a roller coaster in an average US amusement park is 1 to 16 million, this danger should still not be ignored. After all, the human element, faulty equipment, or the banal desire to profit off safety can often lead to deadly consequences.
I hate that ride. Wow. Yeah, man, what a crazy video, bro. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, bro. All right, let's read these comments here. Dude being able to convince the workers to let him ride in the front with no safety is wild, bro. That's what I'm saying. But it's like, if I worked there, dude, I would be like, look, man, I get it. You want to ride this roller coaster, but unfortunately, like, it's too dangerous. We can't allow you to do this, bro. I'm sorry. And then, like I said, he would have been like, oh, it's okay. Only if he was saying, get me on this fucking ride, you little bitch. And he was literally, like, assaulting them. Or, like, you know, imagine surviving, getting your legs blown off in a war just to get killed by a roller coaster, bro. That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, imagine, serving our country, getting blown up, and then die from a roller coaster. That is just fucking crazy. About the war vet, at least a couple of people say from the first-hand encounters that they actually didn't want him on and wanted him to not ride the ride. However, he was making a big fuss and oh my gosh. So, okay. So that's what I was saying. I was like, unless he was a bitch and he was like verbally like assaulting them, you know what I mean? It was probably their fault. That's crazy, bro. Cause yeah, he said not saying they should have let him on, but for those accounts, he wasn't exactly innocent either. That's facts. They were both in the wrong because they could have gotten someone that, bro, they could have just not started the ride. Like, he was making a fuss, sure. It's not worth someone's life. You know what I mean, bro? It's like that. Both are at fault there. That's insane. Jesus, bro. That was a crazy video, man. I won't lie. And you know what? I have a story about a certain ride that I wasn't on, but this is a super, like, viral moment back in, like, 2024, I think. And this happened in Oregon, where I live. There was a ride, and the place where this happened was called Oats Park. And the ride that malfunctioned was called the Atmosphere. I think something like not atmosphere, but atmosphere. You know what I mean? Anyway, so the ride, I don't know how it worked. I think it like went up and then went down, something like, I don't know. Anyway, but it literally went up and it stopped. So there's people hanging upside down for like 30 minutes, bro. Like literally stuck there for 30 minutes hanging upside down on that ride. That was like 20 feet in the air, maybe 30, something like that. So bro, like, and no one died. 28 people, no one died. Bro, it was insane. Like, that was, I remember I was like scrolling on Instagram or TikTok and I saw that ride because that's like an iconic ride at Oaks Park. And again, I don't like amusement parks, okay? But I've been there. Like, it's just an Oregon thing. If you haven't been to Oats Park, what are you doing? You know what I mean, bro? And yeah, I just wanted to share that because that's probably the craziest story that I know about a amusement park ride going wrong. So yeah, if you have any stories about, you know, any amusement park rides that's gone wrong for you, or you have any like really interesting or just not cool stories, I guess, but just really interesting stories about any rides from any amusement park, let me know down in the comments below. I love to read them. Anyway, if you like today's video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff you want to do. Have a good day. I love y'all. And peace.
Every time I call you, baby, never fucking answer. And I just won't leave a voicemail, cause I'm just so fucking